Newfoundland and Labrador Schooner Beans with a loaf of homemade bread and ever sweet margarine. A beautiful, beautiful combination today for our supper. Bon appetit, folks. Enjoy. Mr. Garry back with you, folks. And here in part 2 of this old-fashioned Enterprise vintage wood cook stove, we are preparing a traditional Newfoundland and Labrador meal, as I said in the first video. It does involve beans, and there's going to be a lot of wind here at the Leyte household. I can guarantee you that later on today. We're going to get at that now. If you look over my shoulder, you will see a pot. That pot contains just plain water right now. So let's get at this recipe, this traditional Newfoundland and Labrador meal. Let's take a quick look at the firebox. I'm going to take the cover off. We do need to add in a couple of pieces of wood, and we're going to do that now. I'm going to take in I'm going to put in a piece of black spruce. There we go. I'm going to put that in there. There's another piece of black spruce and a couple of pieces of birch there on the oven door. We'll put those in shortly. Put the cover back on, Mr. Garry, and let's have a look. Let's have a look at that pot. I'm going to move that pot now out more on the stove. The water is boiling, so it's already, there are some beans. I put those beans in soak last night. What is the name of this meal? This meal is called Schooner Beans, folks. And Schooner Beans has been around for a long, long time. What you're looking at now is the ingredients for this meal. So let's take a few minutes, a few seconds really, and go through these ingredients. There's some navy white beans. They were soaking overnight, as I said earlier. In this bowl, we have some carrot, some turnip, and some parsnip, some salt beef, some ham, the ham bone. We have 2 large onions, diced and all ready to go in the pot. And we also have about 2, maybe 3 cups of celery, and we have some black pepper. That's going to be our meal. So we're going to get that all prepared very, very soon on this old-fashioned Enterprise wood cook stove. The water is boiled, so the first thing that goes in there now is the salt meat. It's been all cubed up and cut up, so let's put that in. Okay, now that's going to cook away a little while. Now it's quite salty, so we're going to let that cook for about a half hour or so, around 30 minutes. I'm going to add some fresh water to that now, and then we're going to put in the ham bone. This is the ham bone from our New Year's ham. There's a gorgeous supply of meat still left on that bone, and we're going to use that bone now in this Schooner Beans, and we're going to let it boil for a while so all the meat comes off the bone. So let's add some fresh water, and then that ham. I'm going to add that to the pot there now. That's fresh water added to the pot. We're going to move the pot back out toward the center of this old-fashioned Enterprise wood cook range. We're going to put the cover back on. Cook away there now. We are now going to put the ham bone in the pot with the salt beef. There you go. And there's a couple of more pieces there, so we will put that in also. And we're going to let that boil off for a little while, and hopefully the meat will come off the ham bone, and we can take the bone out. And then we have all of these vegetables. We have the beans, of course. We have the carrot, the turnip, and the parsnip. We have the ham, and we also have the onions and the celery going in as well. That's Schooner Beans, folks. And we're going to be finishing this off with some fresh homemade bread and some ever sweet margarine. Isn't that a beautiful, beautiful traditional Newfoundland Schooner Beans meal today here at GBL, the old church 5-acre homestead. In the background, you see several boxes there. We are going to be unboxing those packages very, very soon on our YouTube channel, folks. So make sure you come back to our channel and watch us unbox those those packages and do some more videos. Let's get back at the Schooner Beans. Now, I need to put the cover on that. So here we go. Let's get the cover back on there, Mr. Garry. Now, let's take a look at the firebox. Okay, it is starting to burn down. Looks like we're going to have to put in a piece of wood. So let's get a piece of birch in there. So here's a piece of birch going in there. There you go. Let's put also in. Let's put in as well a piece of black spruce. Okay, we got to keep that firebox fed with wood. We have to keep the Schooner Beans boiling. So there we go. Awesome, awesome indeed. The salty meat, folks, and the ham bone have been boiling away here now for about an hour. So it's time to take the bone out and start adding some of the vegetables to this traditional Newfoundland and Labrador Schooner Beans. Bones have been removed. I'm going to manually pick now some of the meat off these bones and put it in the pot. But before I do that, I'm going to add the navy beans, the white beans that I had in soak overnight in the pot. So these are going in, and the water is going in as well, folks. So all of the contents of this bowl is going in the Schooner Beans. Here we go. Let's get them all in there. So there we go. So now we have the beans added to the pot. The bones have been cleaned, folks, of any remaining meat. And what remained on the bones is right here in this little bowl. So I'm going to pour that in the pot as well. So there you go. Very, very soon, I'm going to add those vegetables. Let's check the pot, folks. Okay, look at that. Okay, the beans, the ham, meat from the ham bone, and the salty meat have been boiling away now for about an hour. It's time now to add some onions. So we're going to do that. This is 2 chopped onions, 2 medium-sized chopped onions. So we're going to add those to the pot. Okay, chuck them in there, Mr. Garry. There you go. And we're also going to chuck in the carrot, turnip, and parsnip in this pot. Let's go. There you go. Get that in there as well. We're going to use the ladle here and stir that up. It's pretty hot here, folks. This stove is quite hot. Now, we're going to let that cook away for about an hour. Now, the ham has already been cooked, of course, so we're going to add that in about an hour's time, and then we're going to finish off with the celery. Our traditional Newfoundland and Labrador Schooner Beans have been boiling away now on this old-fashioned Enterprise wood cook stove for about an hour or so. It's time to add in the ham, which is what we have here in this bowl right here. This is ham left over from our New Year's ham. So it's all cubed up, ready to go. And we also have about 2 cups of celery. Both of these items are now ready to go in this pot. So Mr. Garry is going to remove the cover to reveal. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous, folks. Now, let me give that a little stir, a little mix with the ladle here. Now, I'm going to add in that ham. Here we go. We have about maybe 3 cups of ham. I'm going to add that in. That's already been cut and diced. And it's already been cooked, of course. This pot is almost to the brim. Look at that. A beautiful, beautiful Schooner Beans. The last item to go in is the celery here now. I'm getting ready to take this pot of Schooner Beans into the house, and it is going to be served to our family this evening for our supper. A beautiful, beautiful meal prepared on this old-fashioned Enterprise wood cook stove today. Schooner Beans, folks. Newfoundland and Labrador Schooner Beans. All prepared on a vintage Enterprise wood cook stove. Recording. And that's the money shot, folks. Traditional Newfoundland and Labrador Schooner Beans, prepared on an old-fashioned Enterprise wood stove and served with homemade bread. Thanks for watching, folks, and we'll see you in our next video. This is Mr. Garry now, signing out from GBL, the old church, 5 Acre Homestead. You have a blessed day, and we'll see you in our next video.